I'm Taylor, and welcome to my placement folder walkthrough. Today I'm going to be showing you my placement folder that I have prepared for going on placement in the next couple weeks. I'm also going to be showing you a very amazing resource that I'm going to be taking with me for my 3 to 5 year olds that I'm doing placement with. Also at the end, I'm going to talk about 2 very important resources for child safe standards. So with further ado, let's get started. Welcome to my placement folder. Here, when you first open it up, I have a cover page, some paper for writing my reflections, and the assessments that are due are here in the front pocket. When you turn the page, I do have my completed induction poster, which I will take out and display in the room so families know I'm here and I can build connections with them. And then as you turn the page, here is my attendance sheet, printed and ready to be signed daily by my mentor. Next is the consent form section, which ensures I have written permission to observe and plan the children that I'll be seeing. I've kept clear boundaries, no photos, no identifying information, and observations stay on site unless otherwise approved. On the next page, I've included my emergency contacts form, fully filled out for safety and readiness. And then this is my OHS induction checklist, which I'll complete on day 1. Here is a copy of my Working with Children's check for verification, but I will also have my actual copy on me during placement as well. This is my placement setting record. I will be ready to be filled out on the first day to get to know the service a little bit better, so as of right now, it is blank. I also have a sample mentor report. This is a great tool for guided feedback halfway through placement so I can reflect and improve, and also to know what my goals are and where I should be feeling at the end of every day. And then there are 10 copies of the documentation of the planning cycle templates for handwritten observations here. I also have one empty for ones that I have done as I go through placement to stay organized. Here is my reflective practice protocol. I plan to complete 1 each week to track my learning journey, so I do have 2 printed here just for that. For my placement resource, I have chosen a storybook. I have chosen the story My Little Barlogny by Melissa Greenwood. This book is a beautiful illustration of the relationship between the sun and the moon and how everyone has a relationship with the sun and the moon. And the best part is it uses Merbe language from the Bundjalung Nation to introduce words for sunshine and moon, which is Barlogny for sunshine and Gadini for moon. I chose this book because it's a beautiful, age-appropriate way to explore Indigenous perspectives with young children. The story is visually rich, which is perfect for 3 to 5 year olds who are learning through sensory and social experiences. I'll begin by reading the story during a circle time where we look like the sun and the moon. And then we will use colorful scarves to move gently up and down like the sun is setting and the sun is rising, which helps the physical movement engage them in the story. But it's also great for that social experience as we start discussions like, did you see the sunrise this morning? Or did you see the moon last night? This storybook is a very powerful resource. After I read the story with the children, I'll invite the children into a finger painting session where they'll be encouraged to engage to create their own sunrise or sunset. As there are many illustrations of Aboriginal artwork of the sunrise and sunset, I'll ask them, what does the sunrise or sunset look like to you? Which this allows for an open-ended, expressive art time that supports their creativity and emotional awareness. This story and the activities that I'll have that accompany it also supports children's development in emotional awareness, self-regulation, and language. It also encourages social interaction between the educators and in the peers, and also helps with imagination and reflection, all through play-based child-led learning. Most importantly, this resource supports culturally responsive teaching by introducing children to Indigenous language and perspective in a way that feels natural and respectful. It builds on universal experiences like watching the sky change and invites all children to connect through shared creativity. So now before I go, I will give you the 2 websites that are resources for child safe standards that are in our Comms Essential Handbook. The first one is the Commission for Children and Young People, and the second one is the Victorian Department of Health and Human Services. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'm really looking forward to my placement with the 3 to 5 year old children in kinder. and I can't wait to do it in a respectable and meaningful way. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.